SKILLET Sports presents...
Ha ha! Gee, Sizzle, how you doing, my friend? It's so good to see you.
Well, all I can say is happy Black History Month to you, my friend, and to our listeners and followers and everybody around the world.
Yeah.
Oh, February is the greatest month of all months. I am so happy it's February. I love February.
February's a good month because
love it.
Some of the greatest people I know were born into February.
That's right. That's right. It is your birth month.
Yes, sir.
And it's my birth month.
That's right. And it's Black History Month. And lo and behold, it's time for some fajitas. We need some, because this is the time we actually get a pound cake. And I'm going to get some dressing. Everybody knows I like pound cake and dressing, so I'll have pound cake and dressing coming from many different places, and my freezer shall be full. So it's going to be Thanksgiving till March at my house.
Oh, let's get ready to start the show.
You are listening to The Sizzle, the talk of the 219, the hottest sports talk in the region, on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
Now, G Sizzle, I didn't know Tony Kukoc was back with the Bulls.
Oh, you didn't?
I was like, when he about 52, something like that. Man, he looked great. I couldn't believe he was back, man. He was shooting I was like, the Bulls, man. He looked great. He looked fantastic.
You were just sitting there talking to yourself, and you were saying, it would be great if like Tony Kukoc could come and play for the Bulls again. That would be an amazing thing. I wonder, is Tony going to come back and play for the Bulls?
He was playing tonight. He just had a different number on. He wasn't wearing his regular number 7.
Yeah, he had on number 24. His name is Lauri Markkanen, forward center, and he played 34 minutes with 30 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Balled out.
He was your high water mark man for the night. He was hitting them long and strong. He was going all night long.
Yes, he was. That sounded like a Cialis commercial. We're getting ready to get started there. But
well, he was giving you the long stroke. That he was. He was hitting them from 22, 24. He might have shot one from the parking lot. You left him alone, you would go.
He was letting it fly. He hit 6 3-pointers tonight, and he was letting them fly. It was like launching. You know what I'm saying? He looked like SpaceX out there. He was letting them. Hey, but that's the Lauri Markkanen we've been waiting for. Now, Question is, can he do it 2 games in a row?
Hell no, bro.
Wait a minute. You had to say it like that, G Sizzle. Good gobbledygook.
You know what? It's February, so I'm going to be completely transparent with everyone, and I'm going to give it to you straight and raw, right from the door. I'm giving it to you this month. This month, you're getting raw and uncut G Sizzle. This is going to be sizzle all over your fizzle. It's going to be all in the place, all in your face. Sizzle. Wow. Yes. If Lauri Markkanen could give you at least this, maybe 3 times a week, maybe, twice a week.
Yeah. Don't
give me the 30-5 game and then come back with a 12-2 game.
Yeah.
Or better yet, a CDMP. Just some consistency. And we keep saying young Bulls, but these guys are not that young. You're talking about cats who've been now in the league.
Yeah, they've been here
7, 6, 5. Yeah. They've been there for a while. Yeah. Now, I'll say this. I don't really know what's going on with Kobe White, because he looks a little malnourished now, and he kind of has that mountain man look, like he has not been to a barber in a while. It's he's one of them hairy brothers that really needs to make sure he's manicuring himself and manscaping at all times, because now he just looks like a guy who's roamed in from the bowels of the Madhouse of Madison, and he just puts a jersey on and starts playing.
Billy Donovan thinks the same thing, too, because he and Lauri Markkanen were throwing the ball out of bounds and kicking it into the stands and every other thing. He called timeout before the first minute of the game. Like, look, let's get this together. okay, this ain't what we practice. What are y'all out here doing? And if he could have did the Three Stooges smack on him right there, I think that's what he would have did. He's like, Mo, Larry, what are we doing right now?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
What? That was very simple. I've never really seen that in an NBA game where you get a timeout called in the first minute. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And that basically was like, didn't we just talk about this in the huddle? Didn't he actually had that Wayne Brady look on his face. Remember Wayne Brady with that Dave Chappelle skit? You know what I'm saying? He actually like that. Am I gonna have to get out the car? Is that what's gonna have to happen?
Is Billy Donovan gonna have to slap a Kobe?
Yeah, he's going to slap a Kobe? Because y'all had to get that date. We know what? He came up to the door. All you guys $100 bill? But whatever he said in that huddle, he got them together quick. Because Lauri went on an absolute tear. I have not seen Lauri Markkanen this animated until his first year in the league where he was actually attacking the basket. I mean, he was trying to dunk on people. What was that? Absolutely.
You know, I guess it's just this the first time we've really seen Lauri and Zach play a high-low game. And you still now I know the final score was Bulls 110, Knicks 102.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit closer than the final score reveals. It was not as they didn't bust it open as wide as they could have. The Knicks made a late rally in the end of the third quarter going into the fourth and pulled it really close. In fact, taking the lead. I think there were something like 17, 18 lead changes in the game. But the fact of the matter is this was the first time we'd seen the Bulls correct their mistakes, hunker down, and then go back and be effective, hit their shots at the end of the game, and walk out with a victory.
You know what, too?
Because they haven't been doing that lately.
Yeah, and you know what, too? We saw Markkanen come with a 31-point performance. And then we seen Dame Dollar falling out the stands over into the third row, hitting a fadeaway to win the ball game. And I'm just wondering, did that spark Lauri a little bit? Was that, I'm giving my best effort, but my best effort wasn't good enough. And so now you saw him come again. He was really going at Randall back and forth. They were trading off. And you really haven't seen Lauri Markkanen attack like this. So I'm like going, is it the shoes? Did he? Now see, this is the guy who can wear the green leprechaun, the bright green leprechauns. That would be more than a couple.
He can wear the neon shoes.
Yeah, he can wear the neon shoes because he was balling out. He was balling out. So we're looking at a 31-point game performance and now a 30-point performance. Can we see Lauri again in the high 20s? Because all of a sudden this is going to be a thing that he can do on a regular basis. The Bulls could make some hay as we push along.
Well, that's the biggest question always with Lauri is what can you do to extend this and keep it moving? Because there's your question. You need one of a consistent player. You got Zach, who gives you the consistent, that double-double. He's going to give you what he's got, but he's got to have a running mate. And that's what I believe, Jay, that's what Lauri's there for.
Oh, without doubt.
To give you something, a 1-2 punch somehow. You got to get a secondary punch.
It was never supposed to be Kobe White. And kudos to Kobe White for trying to make it happen. He was out there challenging his inner Seth Curry, not Steph Curry, his inner Seth Curry, and he was letting them fly. Now, could he hit them consistently? No. But he knew he had to be the guy to try to be the Robin to Levine's Batman. But all of a sudden, now you saw another superhero show up. I don't know what this superhero's name, the Fabulous Finn. That's what I'm going to call him. But all of a sudden, the 7-footer looked like Tony Kukoc. And I'm like going, oh, is this the guy that we've been waiting on all this period of time? Can he stay healthy enough to bring this guy out here on a regular basis? Because if this guy shows up, and now you have Levine and him, as long as we have Levine, we might have to talk about that later on. But with those two in the backcourt, but those two on the court at the same time, now we might actually see the Bulls actually score more points than what they were scoring before and having other teams extend themselves to play defense on Lauri Markkanen. Because before, they weren't really playing that much defense on Lauri Markkanen because he was sitting out there shooting 3-pointers.
Right. It was late rotations on him.
Yeah.
Then there was really no closeout on him. But, you had some other people give in their good efforts. Now, again, I'm going to say this again. Denzel, please, sir, learn to rotate. I mean, it's helpful in the NBA. It's a good thing to rotate over, help defense. That helps a little bit. But you had Thad Young, who gave you 13, 8, and 8. Now, the 13 points, maybe you say, that's pedestrian. But the 8 and 8, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, that showed you he was being that point forward that you need. He was setting people up and getting them in the right position, getting them easy baskets. And so the biggest question now, Jay Sizzle, is that now that you have your vets coming in, you have them putting in work, and you have a good, healthy Thad, are you in a better position with Thad in your lineup than you are with Wendell Carter?
Look, this second group gives you that push off the bench that you really need so you don't have that big drop off. The Bulls have one of the best benches in the league right now. They play really well. I think that's what you continue to do, is you keep bringing that steady second wave in. So there's not – Wendell Carter was not giving you that much regardless. And so I think the Bulls have not went to go play through a Wendell Carter Jr. because they weren't going to play through him anyway. He wasn't never going to be the focal point of this offense. We know the focal point of this offense was the man who scored the game high today, and that was Lauri Markkanen. He was supposed to be the focal point. Now we see a Zach LaVine who's picked up the slack, but if Lauri can continue this scoring barrage like we're seeing right now, then we don't really need a Wendell Carter to do. Look, here's the thing about Wendell Carter. It's like, can he be our rim protector? Can he be a guy that's getting to the glass and cleaning the boards for us? Can he give us a little putback 8 to 10 a night, 12 a night? If he can do that and play good defense for us and we know he's going to be there, and that's what I think he's going to do, because I think that's what type of player he is. I don't think he's the guy that you're going to run offense through. So it really doesn't matter. So I think you keep that second group the way it is. You let the old man Rivers get out there and keep playing old man basketball. I did see somebody out there in a pair of Stacey Adams midway through the third quarter. I think I saw that somewhere with I think Emmanuel Quigley put the Knicks up by 1. I think with like 3 minutes left to play. I think I did see somebody out there with some wingtips come on the court and start playing old man basketball. So, and they got the Bulls back moving again. So, I just think it's one of these situations right now. If it's not fixed, don't break it. I think guys are finally starting to find their stride. When Billy Donovan called that timeout with 50 seconds, I think right then he was like, you guys are not doing what I told you to do, and somebody's going to come sit down next to me because the trading block is open and somebody could be gone.
With that, we're going to talk about that in a few more minutes when we get into the next segment, but let's talk about, and I like him, and I know you have mixed emotions, but I've always liked Daniel Gafford because Daniel Gafford he's everything you just said. Can you clean the glass? Can you be a rim protector? Can you get some putbacks? Can you get there, fight for some boards, get a put up, put back? And then if you get fouled, can you go to the line and hit some shots? So when we talk about trade seasons, there might be a market for Wendell Carter, but it seems as though the Bulls' replacement for Wendell Carter is Daniel Gafford. Now, I don't know, Jay, how you feel about Gafford, but I like the intangibles he brings. He reminds me of Nerlens Noel. He reminds me of one of those guys who's springy, bouncy, not as complete a player as Tyson Chandler, but having that rim protecting, that 7 foot, 6'11", 7 foot frame where you don't have to run offense for him. You just let him go out there and do what he does defensively. And he picks up his point somewhere. With Daniel Gafford, he played 22 minutes today with 12 points and 9 rebounds. And probably given a little bit more time, he'll be a double-double machine. So is he a good replacement? Can he be a suitable replacement for the Bulls in the future?
Anybody can be if you're going to put some numbers up because we're not asking for big numbers from that position. So if you're going to rebound, play him. If you're going to work hard on the boards, play him. If you're going to give us a 10, 12 points, play him. If you're going to be bouncy, play him. The thing is, look, it's got to be, as Stacey King put it, hard hustle and muscle right now. The
Right.
Bulls have to get some attitude. We can't get 30 balled anymore. We can't get 40 balled anymore. We got to come out. This Lauri Markkanen attitude was the right attitude to have. And we need that all the way across the board. We have to have people who are going to fight. So you definitely want to put a person in this position. If it's not Wendell Carter Jr., if it's a Daniel Gafford, play yourself into bigger minutes. Because I think Billy Donovan is that type of coach. Billy Donovan, if you produce, you're going to play. I'm going to give you opportunity out here. But again, we're near the trading deadline. And I hate to say it, but I think some of the faces that we're seeing out here, very possible that Billy Donovan might be trying to move some of these people.
Yeah, let's get ready to talk about it because we're moving into that phase. And now with a consolidated season, we're really moving into that era where the Bulls can start to make some moves. I'm not a fan of moving veterans, not the ones they have right now, because you've got a good core and it's working right now.
You're not going to get nothing back for them.
Right, that's the other part of it. You don't get anything really valuable for them. So let's talk about three players. And if we could look at three players, everybody knows about Zach LaVine. We'll talk about Zach LaVine last. But you had a Chandler Hutchinson today that was just ineffective. You had Denzel Valentine played for 3 minutes, was ineffective, and we just talked about Wendell Carter. So, Jay, before we get to Zach LaVine, what can you do with these pieces out? Who is a tradable piece right now for the Bulls that would bring you back any type of residual that it'd be worth even trading them at the moment?
I'm going to tell you what I think they might be trying to do. I think you might be trying to see a Lonzo Ball. They actually need a real point guard here.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can figure out how to get Lonzo Ball and still keep Zach LaVine and Lauri Markkanen, if they can figure that one out, you might have something cooking. Because Lonzo Ball is a guy who would get this offense engine moving. And I think you might see something go, because the Bulls need a point guard. As much as Kobe White is attempting to play point guard, the Bulls need a point guard. Lonzo Ball, I think, is going to be out there. Now, we have to look at it and say, is there a way to get Lonzo Ball here? You know, are there some ways to do it? I think there might be a way to make Lonzo Ball get here. But the question is, at this point, what we're going to have to give up to get Lonzo Ball. And that's what the biggest problem is going to be.
Well, you just mentioned Kobe White. Would you put in a package Kobe White for Alonzo Ball with some second-round picks and maybe some fillers like Denzel or Chandler? Would that package work for you, moving him out or moving them out to bring in Lonzo Ball?
Well, the question is that what do the other teams want for Lonzo Ball? What do they feel like he's worth? What do the Pelicans feel like he's worth? You know, do they want somebody more stable in that position like a Satoransky? And some picks later on down the line. That's a possibility. Has he fallen out of favor with the Pelicans? Maybe he's not working for them in their scheme and they need to move him. They moved Drew Holiday. We saw what happened with that. So now they have a different idea of what's going on. Maybe he's not feeding the big man down there, Zion Williamson, like they want him to be fed. Maybe the offense is not running the way they wanted to run it with Lonzo Ball to help. How badly do they want to get rid of Lonzo Ball? That's a question because you really don't want to give up too much. You're not giving up, apparently a Lauri Markkanen now. I think that's why you almost said you see him busting out all of a sudden. Like he was holding back. Talking, oh, my name's coming up in the trading block. No, let me show you. Let me show you that I can't go. Don't send me nowhere because I sort of like it here. So it all depends what's going to happen with that. But I think they're going to try to get a point guard in here. I'm just not sure how they're going to make this happen. And I don't know if they want to give up the draft capital they have is the draft capital they want to keep. We're talking about LaVine possibly going to the Knicks. That's a possibility. But he's going to bring back a hefty price. So we have to look at these situations. What's going to make the Bulls? Because the Bulls are not a contender. Let's put it that way. And we've talked about this before. I don't believe most of this roster that we have right now on the Bulls, except for maybe one or two players, is going to be here if they ever make a championship run within the next 5 or 6 or 7 years. So is Lauri Markkanen that guy who's going to be here? Is Zach LaVine that guy who's going to be here? 4 or 5 years from now. Because I think that's when the Bulls might be in position if Billy Donovan has his way. But he's got to move some pieces right now. He's got to move pieces to get draft picks. And so we're going to wait and see. Maybe Lonzo Ball is his long-term fit at point guard. So he does make people better. He does look up the court. He is far better at doing that than Kobe White. So we're going to look at this, but this move, I think you might see one of these guys moving that you don't think is going to move because Billy Donovan knows at the position that their Bulls are in right now, they're not going to do anything in the East.
It's interesting because you think to yourself, what can they actually do? How do they actually make moves? What do you really get rid of? It's a weird mix of you've got things working, but you don't want it. Now, from my perspective, if you told me we can do a straight up Lonzo Ball for Wendell Carter and 2 future second round picks, I'm packing Wendell up in my car and I'm taking him and I'm dropping him off at the front door. I am. I'm actually, and I'll even pay for his first month's rent wherever he needs a place. You can go. I mean, I don't want to give up Sato, but there's some other players. Well, I mean, I could package a lot of other players with him, some things, some little spare pieces the Bulls have.
You could see a Thaddeus Young go. You know what I'm
saying? I don't want to see Thaddeus Young go.
You could see a Chandler Hutchison go. You're going to give up. Fine. You're going to give up some of that. You just can't pack away Wendell Carter Jr. It's like, I'm sorry. Okay. Can I give you a bag of dirt for a cheeseburger? Is that a nice trade? Well, I'm not really going to plant. I'm not planting any flowers or anything. I don't want any dirt. But I'm going to still trade you a bag of dirt for a cheeseburger. That's literally where we're going with that. So you're going to have to give up something that you want to keep. Now, the question is, Lonzo Ball is playing not great right now. He's barely averaging 12 points a ball game. He hasn't really been dynamic right now in this offense. So his trade value is not high. So it's possible you might, but Satoransky's not in your long-term views. Thaddeus Young is not in your long-term views. Why? Because he's too old. You know what I'm saying? He's too old right now. So why not give up a Thaddeus Young to get a Lonzo Ball, a young Lonzo Ball? Why not do that? To have him run along Lauri Markkanen and Zach LaVine. Do you look at giving up a Kobe White for a Lonzo Ball, and maybe patching up Kobe White and a Thaddeus Young or something like that for Kobe? Because a Thaddeus Young is very valuable to a Pelicans team, a guy with veteran savvy that can score the basketball, knows how to play defense. Maybe that's what they need around the Pelicans, because the Pelicans are still a pretty young team except for J.J. Redick. So the question is right now, what are you going to do long-term wise? And Lonzo Ball could be a long-term solution for your point guard, because Lonzo Ball is going to be a point guard in this league for the next 10 years. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Had we had one more lottery pick move up, we could have had his little brother. And that's the guy you want at your point guard position. But que sera, whatever MLB may be, we ended up with the shillelagh shoe-wearing Patrick Williams. What did those shillelagh shoes do? Was he out? I didn't hear too much about shillelagh shoes. What was his stat line today?
I mean, he had a good stat line. He came over. He gave you some mid-range jumpers, and he actually picked up a really good cutoff to turn away a surging Knicks at one point. But you had your Patrick Williams, who played 28 minutes with 10 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound.
So he hit his regular average like he always does. That 10 points a game, the average 1 point. Same as his average. That's what he is. That's what he is. Yeah. Shillelagh shoes.
Yeah, man. Is it too early to say that he's a bust?
I wouldn't say he's a bust. But I would say he's not worthy of the 4th round pick. The 4th pick. Again. He's just
if he's not worthy of that 4th pick, then he's a bust. I don't like it.
No, it's not his fault that the Bulls' brain trust that was
It's not his fault that he sucks.
Look, here it is. Okay. Does the man suck? No, he doesn't suck. Is he an NBA basketball player? Yes. Is he an NBA basketball player that's going to turn your franchise around? That's a no. I think we've seen enough already. Has he sniffed out? And I don't even have my Bozio pewter to look him up right now. But has he sniffed 30 points this year in a ball game? Has he sniffed? Has he sniffed 25?
25 points or what?
Yeah. So
you just speak all crazy, my friend.
Has he set any records? You know, triple doubles, or has he done any of that? Has he done any oh my God type of move? Any of those? No. He's 10 points and 1 assist. That's what he is.
Okay.
At the number 4 pick.
He is the number 4 pick. And so I was going to talk about it, but since we're there.
Oh, I'm riding like an old donkey myself, friend. An old donkey. Come on, old donkey. We riding. He's like, the donkey's like, please get the fat man off my back. I'm like, hey.
Yeah. What is the situation wherein you would trade Zach LaVine?
Ooh, I got to get a whole bunch back for Zach LaVine. At this point? Oh, no. Close to an all-star? Number 5, 6, 7, 8 in scoring, 10 in scoring there. I mean, still putting up big numbers around the league right now? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, you got to give me some stuff for Zach LaVine. There's no doubt about that. That's why, you know, if he's going to the Knicks, who we getting? RJ Barrett?
Do I trade Zach LaVine for RJ Barrett?
Do you?
No.
I mean, what else do the Knicks have?
Nothing. That's why I can't. Each person keeps saying something about the Knicks, and you're like, why are we even discussing the Knicks? Unless you're talking to me about Julius Randle.
That ain't happening.
Or Julius Randle or Mitchell Robinson. 3 players. You could either talk to me about Obi Toppin, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson.
Obi Toppin. Let's see what's going on. They got Austin Rivers up there.
What?
Austin Rivers.
Stop. Please stop.
What about Dennis Smith Jr.? You don't like him?
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you acting like these people have any value? They have no value. Austin Rivers is so bad his dad doesn't even want him. How about that?
Look, he better be thankful his dad kept him in the league for all them years.
He is. He should be. He probably is.
Be very happy about
he should
that.
Be.
He should. There should be no madness about that. He kept him in the league all these years.
I'm just saying, no. There's nothing that the Knicks have. Nothing. They can't trade for anybody unless you treat. You know what? The only thing I would take from the Knicks at this point is Tom Thibodeau. That's it.
We get Taj Gibson back. You want him?
I almost assaulted you over there.
I mean, you know, they're not giving up Julius Randle. That's not happening.
Well, big props to you know, Taj deserves to go back home and play. New York kid, grew up there. Good look. Now, there are 90 people playing in front of him, but
he don't care. Get the paycheck. He don't care.
That's it.
The mere fact Taj Gibson is still cashing paychecks in the league, kudos to Taj Gibson. Kudos.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I'm still cashing paychecks. I'm still riding in the plane. Come on now. Come on. Man, I'm so happy right now I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Keep giving me money. Y'all want to keep giving me money?
You know what? I would cash those checks. In fact, if you tell me right now, I'll go and cash a check right now and play with me. I'll do it. Wait a minute. Get my back stretched out. I'm ready.
Let me see what's going on here. Let's see.
No. You can't just come up. I ask you just one specific question.
RJ Barrett.
What would you take for?
RJ Barrett's giving you 17 points per game right now.
Dude, again, unless you're packaging
Obi?
Randall, you'd have to give me Barrett quickly.
Todd's got 0 points per game going right now.
And Obi Toppin. That's what you'd have to give me right now for Zach.
Let me see what Obi Toppin's doing right now. Where is he at?
Whatever he's doing, it's not enough to get.
Obi Toppin's giving you 5 minutes per game. 5 points per game. So you look at Julius Randle giving you 22. Ain't nothing happening. Quickly's giving you 12 and a half. Peyton's giving you 11 and some change. Nerlens Noel, no, he ain't really doing too much either. Kevin Knox, yeah. So, I mean, the guys who you could get, you're not going to get. You're never not getting R.J. Barrett. That ain't happening. So, yeah, who do you want out of here? Emmanuel Quickly?
Yeah, I'd take Quickly.
So.
But it's not going to be for Zach LaVine.
So I don't think Zach LaVine's going anywhere unless they're, like I said, the only way I see Zach LaVine going is if R.J. Barrett's in the is in the mix some kind of way.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're going to trade away R.J. Barrett. So don't think you're looking at that. How old is Julius Randle? I'm curious about that, though. How old is he? That's a question.
He looks 40, but he should be in his late 20s, right?
He should be. I don't know how old he is. I'm looking up. Let me
26, 27. He should, because he's not that old.
Let me go to the Bulls.
He just looks old.
And see how old Julius Randle is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What year did he come out? Yeah, he should be 28.
Is he that old?
Let's try 28.
Let's
try it. I don't know. He looks 28. Now he's probably 24.
Well, he's been in the league 6 years, so he's right around 28. Came out of Kentucky.
Yeah.
He came out of Kentucky, so we'll give him 6 years. Let's see how old he is. 6'8", 250 pounds. Oh, they call him Beyblade. Didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Oh, wow. There's a little things that you don't know.
Mm-hmm. How old is he, sir?
You know what? They're not saying that yet. I'm looking.
You know why? Because he's actually 40. That's why.
Okay, so he's actually 26, sir.
Okay.
He's 26.
He's the oldest 26-year-old I've seen.
Yeah, but you know what? He is scoring 22 points a game, 22.4. This is his career high that he's been scoring right now.
So let me ask you this. Average. Where does he go on the Bulls staff right now? Where do you put him?
Anywhere that either one of your centers are playing at right now, that's where he goes.
Okay.
He comes right in and starts right there. Mm-hmm. So Wendell Carter Jr., anybody playing center is not playing center for the Bulls anymore.
Well, let me ask you this. Without a Zach LaVine, how do you win a game now?
Here's the question is that do you have what you need right here on the Bulls right now to go and compete in the East?
Well, without Zach LaVine, I would say no. If you take Zach LaVine and put him on the Knicks and then put Julius Randle on the Bulls, you'd have the Bulls would be the Knicks and the Knicks would be the Bulls. That's
right. But then the question is now, do you try to go and trade player for player a Zach LaVine for R.J. Barrett and bring him to the Bulls?
No. N-O. No.
Because it's going to be something like that. I mean, because Zach LaVine is going to cost a pretty penny. He's going to cost a pretty penny right now. So
there is not enough that the Knicks have to go and get Zach LaVine. So no, it's not even the thought of going to get him right now. I think is preposterous without there being a large package of at least some first round picks. And at least getting it would be more than what the Knicks could offer.
Yeah, it's going to be real costly to get him. So I don't think that's going to happen. So, but I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. Maybe not with this brain trust, But Garpax are still sitting in the upper echelons up there, eating a piece of cheesecake, and you never know if they're like going, "Hey, you know what I would do in this? You know what I would do in this situation right now?"
No. They should be fed to the Wolves if they're out there. Well, let's look at the Bulls' schedule. Next 4 games. The Knicks tomorrow will play the Bulls again.
I like that turnaround thing.
Yeah. Friday, they'll head to Orlando and play the Magic. Then they'll leave Orlando, play the Magic again because they won't be leaving. They'll be there for a Friday and Saturday set. And then on Monday, they'll play the Wizards. Wednesday, the Pelicans. And then their big showdown matchup will be next Friday, February 12th, where they'll play the Clippers.
They got big showdowns with them Pelicans, too. They ain't going to beat the Pelicans.
Maybe.
Hey, the funny part about that, see how much Lonzo Ball plays. Is that what is the trade deadline? Do we know when that is?
I'm not sure when I think the trade deadline is in March, but I'm not sure when the NBA trade deadline is this year. So that I'd have to look up, and I'd have to have our statistician look it up. And since our statistician is me,
our statistician,
yeah.
NBA trade that Thursday, March 25th.
Yeah. Okay.
The cutoff.
So I was right. It's March.
You were pretty good with that.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, around that time, JJ Redick will be moved. Lonzo will definitely be in the mix. Eric Bledsoe might be on the move again. And your boy, my boy, the city's own, the rose that grew from the concrete, D Rose might be on the move.
Yeah, he should have been on the move to Chicago. That's what he should have been doing.
Right. And at this point, I think, I'd offer the Pistons, like free pizza for a year. So,
wow. That's just harsh and cruel that you said that.
It's not about D Rose. It's just right now, I'm not giving you, if you're the Pistons, I'm not giving you a lot because you sat there and you put a hodgepodge of, it's a potpourri of foolishness what they have there right now. With the Grant boy there, and then you got all these other small forwards, and you got no guards, and then you drafted Killian Hayes, and he sucks. Then he got hurt. Now you just like, I don't know what to do. Then you got Sekou Doumbouya there, and now he's not playing.
Wow.
And it's just, and you still got a power forward there in Blake Griffin that probably makes about $80 million over the next 55 years.
Get money, Blake. Pay Blake.
Yeah, they did. They did that.
Continue to play Blake. Look, that's what happens when you can jump out the gym. You're going to continue to get paid.
Well, I do know one thing.
What's that?
I know that it's Black History Month, and we're going to be positive. And if you follow the Sizzle and you follow some of the things we've done, you'll know that our spotlight feature of this week is Carter G. Woodson, the father of Black History Month. So that's something that you can research and have a great time with friends, family, talking about the history and the legacy of African American History Month, or as I like to call it, Melanated Week.
What fraternity was he in?
Oh, he was a member of this illustrious fraternity called Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Wonderful brothers.
The Royal Purple and Old Gold.
Yes, sir. November 17th, 1911.
It was a Friday.
Yeah, it was a dreary Friday. It was rainy.
Third Kill Hall.
Turkey up the stairs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In your science hall, in the back room, in one of the labs, as 3 undergrads and the grad advisor sat and discussed.
I think it was Ernest E. Just was the. I think that's what office they were sitting in.
Yes.
And they came up with 20 cardinal principles.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was friendship, and
there are 20 principles that you have, but you have your 4 cards, and you always know what your 4 cards is because your first one you have to stand on manhood. That's your number 1.
Scholarship.
So Hey, perseverance.
and uplift.
Those are the 4 cards.
You got to
Those
have
are
all
the
that.
4 cards.
You know,
Gotta
and
have it.
yeah, one of the things that we got to have, beyond fraternity, you have to have restraint.
Yes.
You know, and you need to.
Yes, you do.
You need that. You know, and there's a certain thing, and it's just fine man, Carter G. Woodson is, and Carter G. Woodson. And,
I found one thing.
Yes,
When we
sir.
talk about fraternities, we always talk about friendship, right, aspiration, and truth, because we
Yes.
always talk about the things that are what make a man. They're those things, those building blocks,
And
those individual things.
And we also talk about endeavor.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We always talk about that and respect. We talk about a lot about that, and nobility.
You got to talk about nobility, because nobility is the thing. It's the substance of all things, man. It is what truly men of honor are made of. And that is what, when we talk about African American History Month, Negro History Month, Black History Month, Melanated People Month, it is always talking about those who are noble, those men and women who stood on principles, they stood on their square, and they were able to lead even in the face of adversity of a society that told them no, no, no. And they said, yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Yes, we can. Yes, we will.
And
yes, we are.
And one of the greatest things to have at the end is to have integrity and perseverance.
Always.
Always. And if you can just keep that, close to your heart, I think you'll be a man to be reckoned with among the nations. Because the one thing that we're all going to do is that we're going to have great nerve, and that great nerve will cause us to stay there and do our duty. And that's what the most important thing is.
Always. You always find out that no matter how charged the punishment's the scroll.
I am the master.
It is always that you have to stand and look something face to face. You have to square your shoulders, take a brace. Sometimes you want to run. Sometimes it seems easy to get away. Yeah. But if the best thing that you can do is stand there, sometimes you just have to see it through.
You just have to. You know what I'm saying? So it is Black History Month. And for those of y'all that don't know your history, just want to say,
this is the time. And the Sizzle's here to help you. And you know what? The Sizzle's also here to tell you that we are having a remote. And yes, sir, we're making it official right now. We're putting it out there. We will be at Hook and Reel Cajun Seafood and Bar at 4029 167th Street in Country Club Hills, Illinois. Yes, sir. We will be there for the Super Bowl, our pregame show. We will start at 4:00 p.m. and we will be ready to do it and do it big as we watch 2 heavyweights.
Yes, sir.
Heavyweights. As you watch Tom Brady make history, TB12 playing in his home state and his own arena. And then you've got the young gunner. You've got Patrick, your homie, my homie, Mahomes coming in to take that crown for back-to-back championships. It's going to be epic. And we want to see you there. We hope to see you there. And we hope that you can come by, get a glass of tea with your boy, get a glass of Sprite with your man. Come and sit down and kick it with us.
And look, here's the whole thing about it. How often do you get a chance to see the Sizzle brothers in person? You know what I'm saying? Most of y'all don't even think we real. Y'all probably think this is Cardi B up here with a mask on. Yeah, but it's not.
So wait, if you're Cardi B, then I got to be Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. See, that's where it goes. That's where it's gone too far. That's where it just goes too far.
This is us, right? So come on out, enjoy. Hey man, we're gonna have a good time. Super Bowl Sunday. We had a big game Sunday. I don't know if we can say Super Bowl. We probably owe somebody some money now. But big game Sunday.
Big game.
Come on out, enjoy it, man. We're gonna have a good time. They have great food up there. Great food. They got they serve the crab and all this stuff in the bags with the boil on top of it.
Cajun season, sir. You're not ready for what they got.
Man, come on. And see, this is what you do now. See, you go come listen to the Sizzle Brothers. You watch the game, and you
Mm-hmm.
bring your honeydew on Super Bowl Sunday. Now,
You can't keep saying that.
look, we come on out now. Look, man, you killing a couple of birds with one stone. You know what I'm saying? You're pre Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You all right on top of that, and you are enjoying the game, and then you hanging out with the Sizzle Brothers. How much better could it be?
And yo, bro, here's the thing. Look, if you see some honeys and your honey happens to kill you while you at the spot, at least you died happy because you were there with all the honeys and the Sizzle Brothers.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing. Listen. Huh?
Look, I'll be anybody's witness for $5 in a chicken wing. I just want to let you know.
All right. See,
you can just
I
call.
got some really good news, though. I got to tell the
Call
people
me,
that
I
before we
got
get
you.
ready to get off
Yo,
here.
what's up?
Listen, we made it even easier for you to find us and made it even better for you. So if you're looking for us on Twitter, now it's even easier than before because we're at Iron Skillet 219. At
Wow.
Iron Skillet 219.
Wow.
That's what we do. We make it hot for you, baby. We're the hottest sports talk in the area, in the region. That's at Iron Skillet 219. That's it.
And just to let you guys know, this is going to be a big year for the Sizzle. We're looking after the COVID list. We're looking to get back on the radio waves.
Yes, sir.
On a local radio station near you. We're starting to pan that out a little bit, and we're getting ready for that after the COVID lifts. A lot of big things going, a lot of big remotes coming up this summer. We plan, the Sizzle's going to be on the road. So y'all going to hear us out here. So we're going to have a good time, man. Come on, join the ride. Definitely go to our YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. And, because, you're going to have this type of content. We're going to be here. We're going to have a good time. And y'all definitely going to have fun.
All right. So with that said, you know who it is. You know what we've come to do. We came to bring you the hotness, and we gave it to you hot, served, sizzling hot. He's J Sizzle. I'm G Sizzle. It's Black History Month. We are the Sizzle, and we are going to see you not only on the other side, we're going to see you at the remote coming up this Sunday. Be there. See you on the other side.
Yep, I'm a pirate.
Oh, Father. Oh, Father.